some programming. Oh, I haven't turned this light on. Yes, no, apologies for slight lateness. Things this morning have been a bit all over the place, and I was chatting with a friend about some stuff. I would have liked to have chatted earlier with him, but we only just talked about it in the last 10 minutes prior to stream start, and because of that, my computer was dying. Oh, but yes, hope everyone's had a good day so far. Hope it's been a nice one. You're late, how dare you? I know, I'm a monster. The worst kind of person. To be fair, I don't often. I'm normally streaming early, so I feel like I'm justified in like a slight lateness every once in a while. All right. Sorry, I just needed to tie my hair up as well because I saw it like pushing out the front. Dude, my hair's gotten long now. It's fucking great. Can flick it around all I like. Alrighty, I believe everything is set up now. Yeah, no, so, oh, I don't care for English, that's fair. English is a hell of a language. The biggest mistake English ever had was being written, realistically. I love it when you flick your long beard. God damn it. You know, I didn't even end up finishing the garlic bread from yesterday. I have that to finish today, later. I'm gonna have to finish, I'm gonna have to rebake it so it melts the butter in it a bit better. Bread, yeah. It's sitting in the fridge at the moment. I was probably gonna finish it last night, but fucking hell, I got... Alright. Can I speak to something very briefly and very lightly on this topic? Alright? Because I don't want to go too in depth with it. Needless to say, yesterday was a day that I'm not too happy with what it is, but I was glad that no one had pointed out what it was. It's something that basically it shows the people that actually know me know not to do it. However, someone tried to get into contact with me, one of the people from the old place, and so tried to send me money without like asking, and tried to be all nice and like stuff about it, and I flipped off because I do not want to interact with those people ever again, and it's fucking foul. And they're awful people, and it is extremely unacceptable to do something like that after what they've done. And needless to say, I basically had a massive anxiety attack and could barely think, could barely breathe, went on a walk, almost threw up multiple times. It was not pleasant. So yeah, that was the short of that. I went for like a 2-hour walk in the end, where I just kept walking. I'm very thankful to one of my friends that sent me a few things. A few messages to try and help calm me down. Because I was really not in a good state. Okay. So yeah, no, that's the fun. Yeah, no, that was... So, I think I sent a tweet out basically saying, like, I'm going to bed really upset. I was in no good state last night, so I went to bed pretty miffed off and woke up slightly better mood. So hopefully today goes better. Alright. Let's start. Responded to the tweet. Yeah, I did see that. yeah, no, it's my friend also responded to it because again he was paying attention to the situation. But yeah, no, I was not happy. I was not happy at all. Not a happy chappy. It sounds really weird to basically say I got upset by getting given money. I sent the money back, like, at the moment I saw it. And I replaced the spots where they put their name and relation to me with just scum. Hopefully this cheers you up. Yeah, no, I'm hoping that just getting some work done today and focusing on this stuff's going to be better. I mean, the conversation I was having with my mate was a good one as well, so I'm hoping to further talk about that later with him, because it'll be a cool one. And yeah, I also found out, so recently one of my cats has been getting a little bit skinnier, and I'm not happy about that, right? It turned out he's fucking trying to eat the side of the bowl. And I think that's what he's doing, is like he's doing that, which is munting up his mouth a little bit. And it means that he's thinking he's getting food and he's not getting food. So he's just a dumb motherfucker. Like, oh my god. This cat, I swear to god. I wish he used his brain. So I'm going to have to like clean up their bowl and potentially replace it with a different one. So he doesn't, because it's a metal bowl. So I'm hoping if I can replace it with maybe like a plastic or something else that he won't hurt himself doing that. Just get a bigger bowl. That's a consideration. Right? Like, it's a decent sized bowl. It's just, I just think he's stupid. So, yeah. To be fair, the other one would use to lick carpet, so I don't know with these two. I don't know what that says, that I'm their owner and they tend to take after their owner. It's kind of concerning. Because like I was sitting on my breakfast this morning and I just hear like this really loud crunch and I'm like, that doesn't sound like eating biscuits. And I just look over and he's just eating the edge of the fucking bowl when there's like a full pile of biscuits in it. I don't know what to say to that. Value var cat share one brain cell to get. Honestly, these two could he be teething? At 14? Sharpening teeth, I mean. No, it was definitely because I moved the food around and like picked them up and moved them and he just ate the biscuits normally. It's just because for some reason he tries to eat them in a weird way. What's that, you're Max? But yeah, like he's trying to eat them by pushing them to the back of the bowl and then like scooping them up, but the problem is he's eating the back of the bowl and he's not eating the biscuits. Ironically enough, the other one that's like really dainty and would like pick up some biscuits, pull them out of the bowl, put them on the floor in front of her, and then eat those individually. That one makes more sense. He's not sharpening his teeth. Yeah, he's just stupid. Like 100%, I'm pretty sure he's just stupid. That's why. Relatable, yeah. I understand as well. My cat is super clingy to me while I'm trying to work on things. You know what the worst part with these two cats sometimes is? Like, so especially when I'm doing streaming, I've got the microphone right here in front of me. Those two will try and curl up on my lap, which means that I have to like sit in a really, really awkward way, and it just doesn't work. And then like one of them will move and then try and sit on top of the other one because they like playing Jenga with themselves, and it's so frustrating. I love them dearly, but for God's sakes, these two sometimes. There's a reason why they're currently on the bed over there, is because I pushed them off earlier and tossed them over there. Cat Jenga, let's go, yeah. I mean, at the moment, they're kind of like... There you go. That's where they are. They're both just sitting there in the middle of the bed. And yes, my bed is unmade. Fuck you, I'm not that much of a psychopath that I'm gonna make my bed every morning before I even get started with the day. I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom, I eat breakfast, and then I play like some of my dailies. And then I stream. To be fair, I like lie in bed for 2 hours watching videos prior to waking up. I watch for an hour before my alarm and then an hour after my alarm, and that's when I know I need to get up. Because my alarm goes off at 5 AM, so I get up at 6. But I wake up at 4. Don't ask. Cat cam win. Cat cam when I can afford a second cam. Actually, no, tell you what. One thing I've considered is getting a new camera. Like a cheap DSLR that I can turn into a webcam. If I do that, then this cam will turn into the cat cam. And then we'll like find a spot where I can actually have them constantly be. Like a nice heated spot for them. Then we'll do a cat cam. Hell yeah. I'm down for that. To be fair, there's an argument to be made of why do you even need to see me? You can just look at the cats. You're not the only one. I do the same. Yeah, like, I know most people do not bother getting up when... Like, I think the thing that's the strangest for me, and, like, that most people don't do is wake up before their alarm. Like, again, my alarm's set at 5 AM. I typically wake up... I mean, like, today I kind of woke up at about 3:20, 3:30 because... the phone on my bed, I knocked it and it fell behind, like down behind the bed, so I had to lift up the bed underneath, go and grab it. And basically because of that, I'm like, well, I'm not getting back to sleep. We also need pre-recording purring from a non-copyright channel in the background. Honestly, I'm down for this idea so far. I could probably just record the cat's purring. Doctor's loud enough. Especially with my mic, I just need to probably turn the, like, tune of it down, like the gate of it down, and you'd probably hear them all the time. But yeah, no, they're currently just curled off to the side. I love how my friend's probably normally going to bed at this time. The friend I was talking with this morning. And I see he's awake, which I think is really funny because it's probably I've set him off on searching stuff up. And that's why he's probably still awake. So it's above this. I return. Welcome back, Roger. Oh yeah, I didn't have a look at your the final form of what you did. Let's have a squiz quickly. with the tracking. 'Cause I know you... Why is there a thing in his face? Ah! Why does his neck snap? Made it a bit better. Okay. That is mildly concerning to watch. It's a test red aimed. Yeah, I figured as much, like, after seeing it move. It's still very disconcerting. Hello from the other side. Da, da, ba, 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 da, ba. Alright, there we go. There we go, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's still June. Behold, mobile watcher. Hello, son. I was just talking about you. Saying that I'm pretty sure the only reason you're still awake is because, like, partly I fucking got you to look at stuff. Withering Waves doesn't like to share. Yeah. I'm hoping that they can do a good optimization pass for that. Because, like, it is very sad to see what it currently is. Twitch W, YouTube L. Are you fighting? God damn it. Can't play it because Linux. That's fair. I gotta say that, like, for how popular Linux is, I'm surprised at how, like, terrible companies are with, like, adjusting to it. I know why, but I'm also really disappointed in them. I feel like there should be better systems at this point for that. But there's that whole argument of, like, how would you approach it? Do you build for Windows or would you build for... Like, the smart thing to do would be to build for Linux and then build a Windows and an Apple or an iOS... sorry, no, yeah, would be Apple. Apple things from that, because you could easily build out of those two foundations. YouTube has worse UI. I don't know if I agree with that. Like, it depends on what you're wanting out of it. I would agree on some components. Like, if we're talking just comparing YouTube streaming to Twitch streaming, I don't think there's too much difference. I think there's a few QLs that Twitch have. But outside of that, I think the fact that YouTube streaming has gotten to the point it has is actually kind of impressive in my eyes. It's instances, right? Instant. Don't get angry with me. Look, I won't deny emotes over on Twitch are way better. But I do think that, I mean, I've said this before, discoverability on YouTube is significantly better. Twitch is better for streaming, both for the streamers and the viewers. I would definitely agree with... During a stream, Twitch is probably overall better for the streamer. Outside of stream, YouTube is better for a streamer. And because of just how much it has available to it externally. That's what I would probably stand by with that statement. Because discoverability on Twitch is horrendous in general. It's better now, but it's still pretty bad. YouTube, it's way better. I mean, the fact is that the majority of people use it as Twitch is where you do your recordings and YouTube is where you put your VODs. And YouTube tends to make more money in that case. Actually, realistically, you're supposed to do it in more than just YouTube, but it can get monetized way easier and it's a better viewing experience. Also, the reason it's easier to find you on YouTube is because like 20 people stream here. Yeah. That's fair. Like, I am also typically streaming in a category on Twitch that's a lot less popular, right? The programming. How many, yeah, actually, how many people are in software and game development right now? Like, how far do I need to scroll down before I would see myself on this list? If you can even see yourself. I can't remember if you can or not. Oh, I have to go quite a ways. Or at least so far I do. Yeah, there I am. So that's what? 1, 2, 3. $21 times 4? Quick math. That's 80... 82, 84, 88. $84-ish. Like, yeah, so in the 80s. I'm 80 down on this list. That's, yeah, to be fair, that's not that bad. And I mean, if I look at the top view people here are like sub 300 concurrent viewers. So yeah, that's not too surprising in some regards. That's interesting. I guess I didn't really consider some of that. Vice, I've worked on things since 2 PM until now, made some progress already, and was ready to tweet out a reveal of the game title. Oh, damn. Plays Master Duel on YouTube, there's 100 on Twitch, that's fair. To be, yeah, again, it's easier to stream onto Twitch than it is onto YouTube, but YouTube is probably a better platform overall for a lot of things. We need 5 people in chat so we can get the channel points. Oh god. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I wonder how, like, how to set up some of the stuff for that. It'll be interesting. It would be really funny though if I managed to get like partnership on Twitch before I got the first tier of partnership with YouTube after having streamed on YouTube for like 2 years. 2 years? 2 years, about that. And having streamed on Twitch like semi-regularly now, only for like a month or 2. Can we choose some? Sure. That would be funny. Honestly, I would genuinely buckle laughing if that was the case. You need to crank these numbers up, pal. That is true. I mean, at the moment, I'm just trying to set up an instancing variable system, which I've kind of just done, so I can use that as a comparison point. Because technically speaking, I need to do this, and it would be divided by get player damage rate expect, because that should actually compare the damage average better. 1k points lets us see the chair for 2 minutes. Honestly, that sounds fucking amazing. It's like, hey, when we just like spend points for you to have a break? You know what I'll do? I'll fucking have one that's like a bunch of biddies or whatever for, hey, drink some water or some shit. Take a drink. Take a sip. Keep me hydrated. Something I'm terrible at normally. I'm better at reading chat than being and then reminding myself to take a drink. What do you say to that? We'll see if your AI director will be better than the Project Zomboids one. What's Project Zomboids AI director like? I actually don't know what theirs is. Project Zomboid AI director. I actually want to look into this now. Sadistic AI direct. What? Oh, I see. Interesting. So it's literally designed to make you fucking struggle. Interesting. That's cool. Hydrate and let us sit here. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That'll be fun. You can't make bits work as channel points. Usually channel points have shit like bits do basically nothing but cost money. Yeah, that's right. Again, I don't know some of those rules, but I know that those kind of sometimes look very similar because like channel points are you gain them from watching. I believe is the main way to gain them. Whereas bits are, yeah, it's Twitch's inbuilt currency that you're supposed to be able to earn via watching like ads or something like that. Don't think that works. Stops finding channel points. Hydrate. Have to like down an entire fucking like 40-liter jug on stream. That sounds phenomenal. I'll do that. That's totally not good for my health, but I'll do that. That sounds so funny to me. That actually, now I want that just for that purpose. Oh, that sounds so fucking funny. Show us bread. I mean, I'm someone that always likes having bread available. I'm just being special with my garlic loaf at the moment, which I should probably finish today. Okay, so I want to go through, while I'm just kind of thinking on this, what do we want to actually have as the enemy buffs? So we want to have mount can be changed, stats potentially can be changed, and maybe what enemies can spawn, and then special waves based on some of the things, some of the conditionals, because again we do have the system for doing special waves, remember, like constructed, it's a line, it's a circle, whatever, and we can pretty much do anything with that if we really want. There is, maybe add special abilities for enemies if players pick too many of the type upgrades. Interesting. I feel like what I would do with that is actually just add enemies that counteract that more, right? So what I mean by that is like, if it's high instance damage weapons, but they're low, like high rate of damage but low damage, then maybe spawn enemies that have better armor values but lower health values. If they're really short range, then maybe spawn ranged enemies to try and counteract that a little bit and give them a little bit of difficulty to make them move around a bit, so they're not just standing still, because that's always the concern with the Vampire Survivors like games, is you potentially get the build so strong you don't have to move anymore. And while there is a charm to that, I definitely probably want to punish that a little bit, just enough. That means that unless you're building to counteract that. So I guess maybe we should also potentially push through a value of how much the player has moved during the last portion of time. That's an avocado charm of that. Reached 100 messages today. Nice. Thanks, Restream. I honestly don't care, but I can't get rid of that message to my understanding. It's a funny message to come up, though. Oh, it's not showing up on the stream one. Weird. Maybe it's hidden behind the thing. But yeah, like, again, there's the... Because there is a lot of little mechanics that I still kind of want to add that was suggested ages ago. Like, I know Roger had one that I really liked, which was mimicking the stamps in holocure a little bit with weapons. Where, like, there's a slottable augment to a weapon you can potentially put in. I wonder how dangerous that would be. Right, if we made one of the like slots for like one of the slottable things lifesteal, because imagine that with Iron Mike, would that just not potentially create an infinitely looping damage amount if in peak situation? It would, right? If you always dealt the same, like to the same amount of enemies the damage, then you would just constantly loop your damage up. But that's the argument right there, is like, at what point potentially the cooldown doesn't work with that, or the value doesn't carry over enough. Maybe. Thoughts and difficulties with the kind of thinking these things through, right? Okay, so we do have this and this. So this is the player score expected removing its rate amount. If you're wondering, this we could probably do this here instead. But I kind of like having this value like this, because this is already going to have these values getting pushed in anyway, right? So, in a sense, the score expect isn't actually score expect, it's damage dealt. Yeah. Okay. With that being the case, let's change that then. Player score expect turns to player damage dealt expect. I have a genius balancing idea. Go on then. All right. player score compare is like that. I mean, by that argument, I don't even need the player score. I could just do this with it there as well. We'll see. I guess what we could have pretty easily at like one whoa, okay. Add filler upgrades, i.e. one causes enemies to yippee each time you shoot them, and so gradually replacing real ones with the run time spent. Just a challenge for them really skilled players. I feel like that's more closer to the pre-run augment stuff. I'm blanking on the names that I've got. The modifiers, right? The run modifiers. That's probably where that would be if it was to be done. Again, keeping in mind this system here is supposed to be very clamped and it's supposed to kind of sit within a range. It's not going to... It's going to improve the game. It's not going to change the game. It's kind of, I think, the best way to describe it. So I want to... Okay, so we want to buff a mount. How do we want to buff a mount? We want a value. That is going to be, so we'd want just gonna call mount change. It's like a trap for those, oh, I just wanted a speedrun game on this really easy level type guys, in my understanding, you know? Yeah, no, I kind of get what you mean though. Like, I mean, the fact is that the game, with this system, the game's gonna punish you for overdoing speedrunning, right? Because what it will do is, if you're going too fast, the game will catch up with you. So when I say the clamping, I think I should probably better describe, I want it to clamp to max areas around the point that it's trying to balance to you. So it will never put it too far above you, but it will never put it too far below you. But that's the point, right? Is that if you're going like this, then I want the AI to also go like that. And potentially, if you're going up like that fast, it will just always be a little bit above you. That's the hope. So it means that if you're really good at the game, you will not worry about this AI controller. You'll probably be able to abuse it. If you're not good at the game, it's there to kind of help push you along and keep you going. That's why I'm being very, like, cautious with how I want to approach this. So... See, now this is where we get to the problem. I'm gonna have to put in an arbitrary number here. Right? Player score is greater than 0, so do this. This is the problem with this sort of system. Is that like I'm going to have to put in arbitrary numbers and I'm going to have to test around with them a lot moving forward. And I have no guaranteed way of going, yep, nope, that's how this works. Right? I think that's a valid way of kind of looking at that situation. Maybe make the AI director compare the score from the player previous period, 30 seconds ago, for instance, with the current score and modify it by different settings. I mean, that's probably what I'm doing, basically. So, again, at this stage, what this is going to be doing is it's going to take in the damage dealt and the rate at which damage is being dealt over the last, we'll say 5 seconds or 30 seconds, compile that into a score, and then compile an expected value. And from there, it will do some determination. I'm also probably going to have it hold the value, and do something around that. I'm not sure quite yet. Again, just to see, A, is this increasing? Okay, cool. We're going in the right direction. Is it decreasing? Okay, that's bad. All right. So it will be a lot of comparison data. That's why this is taking so long, is because I'm trying to figure out quite how I want to approach this and the magic numbers that I'm going to have to do for it. Because, like, for example here, this is going to be a magic number until I know what the scores are going to be. Because I don't know what these scores are going to fully be. I can roughly see what they'll be, an average, but I don't know exactly what they'll be. It's a difficult one. I don't know if I've got a perfect answer for how I want to approach this. That's why I'm playing around with some of the stuff now. And again, I'm going slow and I'm talking through this because that's the best way for me to figure it out as well, right? Amount change var stat change. And then it's got to be an array, right? Magic number, hold my beer. Slaps 2000 as a parameter. Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing. 100 here. So keeping in mind, roughly speaking, what I'm doing here is it's like, okay, if I floor this, the division of these scores by the division of the score by 100. So this is the score compare. So if the player's score is greater than the expected score, it means that the player is greater than expectation. If the player is greater than expectation, the enemies need to match up with this. So this is kind of an idea of how many extra enemies per spawn cycle will spawn. I don't know what the score's going to be. This score could be a fucking 1,000 or it could be 20. And that's the problem. So I don't know at this moment. I'm just putting 100 there for the sake of having a number there. And then I can do some testing with that later. But that's why, again, so this is a very difficult one. And what if the player's power level is over 9,000, huh? That's impossible. What? Over 9,000? Hey, I grew up in the fucking 90s and early 2000s. You think I don't know this shit? Fuck you. up with 3 episodes of yelling. How dare you? We'll give this again a very arbitrary number, just to indicate how large it's got to be. And then add a description. I grew up in the Mordecai simping, goddamn. I mean, to be fair, I grew up with Blue's Clues, Thomas the Tank Engine, and The Wiggles. On High Five. I remember High Five. And then there was this New Zealand one called What Now, which I even managed to win a few prizes from. I think one of my favorite things I ever did was when I called in, they asked what my favorite music artist was at the time. And again, keep in mind this is a kid's show. I answered with Pink. They did not know how to fucking respond to that. This young, like, kid saying, hey, I really like Pink. I like that music. It's fucking good shit. Hell no, Cartoon Network was Bryn, but to be fair, that was a bit later on for me, right? Because, like, Cartoon Network wasn't really in New Zealand outside of Sky. And when it finally got to like stuff, it was on like TV2 or TV3. And most of the time it was very old and rerunning. So I did watch a lot of that stuff. I mean, I still remember, was it like Neighbors Next Door, Powerpuff Girls, Generator Rex, fucking Super Hyper Monkey Force something Go. I can't fucking remember the full name of that one. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, that was good. I'm probably listing a bunch of shit that's either like far beyond what anyone remembers, or like people are just getting fucking like nostalgia triggers all over the place. I remember when there was an interview at my primary school when I was 7. It was my turn to try to explaining what Minecraft was about. Dude. Oh my god. I still remember playing Minecraft on like browser. That's something that I bet most of y'all don't understand. This Minecraft browser back when like there weren't mobs. Minecraft is far younger than me. Actually, how old is Minecraft now? It's probably like 20 years old or something, right? Minecraft. Let's see. Minecraft is and originally released in 2009. Wait, it's only 15 years old? Well, that says a lot about the YouTubers that play it and explaining their age preferences. Moving on from that. Played Minecraft on my mom's Java phone. What the fuck? The the fuck do you mean? Oh my god. Dude, I still remember the era where, like, people were throwing fucking blue Nokias at each other because it was funny and people actually got injured. Like, the amount of jokes around that blue Nokia phone and how fucking true they are, though. Like, you guys do not understand. Is greater than get. Getting magic numbering this shit. I understand. It is better choice for making bulletproof vests than Kevlar, cheap and harder than diamond. Honestly. No, you know what's the thing that, like, also is misunderstood? Is while those things were built like actual bricks, the moment the fucking back part that covers the battery kind of started to slip, that shit fell off, like, all the time. You drop that thing like 5 times maybe, that back always comes off. And then eventually the battery will start flying out, and then the battery is a weapon in its own right. Now, I still remember when, like, people started getting flip phones at that point, and it's just like, holy shit, these look really revolutionary. I got one, and I'm like, fuck, this thing is so fucking fragile. It was like... I think it was like when the iPhone 4 or 5... No, it was about iPhone 4 era was when I first got my first smartphone, because I got a friend to give me his 3GS, his iPhone 3GS, and I've been with iPhone since. I've had a total of 4 iPhones in my time, I think. Like, the fact that I could probably say I've had a total of 4 iPhones and, like, I've had a total of maybe 10 phones says a lot. 10? Nah, I think that's too high. I think I had like 2, 3, 7 or 8 phones in my time at most over my entire lifespan. We're talking mobile phones specifically here. How many computers total? Personally owned? Like 5 or 6. Been in my home environment and I've used? Easily 20. It didn't help that for a long time I would get given computers to fix, and then I would fix them, and then I would get given a new computer. Like this one I built, and I do want to build a new one, but I also want to get a laptop, so. But that shit's expensive. That requires money, and I don't have that. Hmm. Full personally owned. Toshiba satellite, old desktop, dad gave you. First PC, 2 gig of RAM, DDR2. Oh, that sounds about right. My current rig and Lenovo 11E Yoga. Oh, okay, not too bad. Trying to think what the first PC I owned had. Like, the first personal PC I owned to myself. To give an idea, it would play Minecraft Tekkit Classic. It wasn't Tekkit Classic at the time. At about 5 to 15 FPS. I think I had like maybe 2 gig of RAM in there. And that's how I fucking loved playing Minecraft. That was my favorite era of Minecraft. Where I had Equivalent Exchange 2 and could break the game's balance really fucking easy. Imagine I still had the Hitachi HDD from the desktop mounted to your current PC. God, actually, how big of my would have been my HDD back then? Because I think that's when I bought a 2 terabyte external, and I was just like playing most of my stuff externally. I think I like had a quarter of a terabyte on my main PC, and then like the 2 terabyte external. Because I was mainly doing like project work and other stuff, so I didn't need a thing. I still actually have the 2 terabyte external. It's right fucking next to me here. It's where I keep a lot of my uni stuff and old projects and documents. I mean, we could always go into the fact that like my first console was really late comparative to everyone around me. I got a fat PS2 about the same time the PS3 had come out. And the second console, so the first console I ever bought, because that one was given to me, the first console I ever bought was a 360 Slim, which is currently up there in its box. And then the next one I got was the PlayStation 4 that's currently on my desk. And then next was... Actually, no, before that was some handhold stuff. I think I got my 3DS XL at that point. Then I got that, and then I got my Switch. I think I got my Switch. Actually, did I get my Switch after my PS4? I can't fucking remember. It was around the same time. It's when I had a lot more money. I played TF2 and 20 FPS pre-updates in 2015. Welcome to the club. Later on, I couldn't even run it, yeah. It's funny looking back at that sort of era, right? Like, we look at now and it's like, holy shit, I'm having to deal with, like you hear people going like, oh, sub 30 FPS, it's foul. And it's like, well, I get what you mean, and I'm not fully disagreeing with you. Holy shit, we are entitled fucking twats now, right? Like, one thing that I was listening to this morning that completely, like, woke me up was, the Trash Taste boys talking about, it was a short from the Trash Taste stuff, them talking about how, like, in the space of the 5-second Netflix logo is often enough time for them to turn off watching something. And I'm like, I hate that I get that, but holy shit, that's just, like, that is bad. That now, like, it's something, if we don't get that immediateness, we often get, like, disconnected, unattached, and we don't care, right? That's why, in a sense, my stream starting with the starting soon screen is a bad thing, is because since I don't go back and edit it away, people watching the stream later on YouTube that might not watch me live but might want to watch that stuff are less interested, because then they have to sit through that, even though they can skip through it really quickly and easy. So a smart thing to do would be to edit away that at the beginning of every single, like, from every single stream, but like, holy shit, that amount of time and effort's going to not be worth it in my eyes at this stage. Whining about having 300 FPS instead of 310 compiler. Yeah, like, it's so fascinating to me, those complaints. I don't think they're wrong, right? Like, I get why they say it, because there's an understanding there of why they complain about this, but I'm also, like, amazed that this is the complaints that we're at this point. Like, the idea of saying my game is sub 30 FPS now versus, like, 15, 20 years ago is so different. You said the game's sub 30 FPS 20 years ago, and they're like, yeah? And? You say it's sub 30 FPS now, and they fucking yell at you and think the game is the worst thing ever. Like, I'm treating it because this game runs at 60 FPS. Is the expectation, I believe. Shit, what is my setting? I believe it's 60 FPS. I set it to. Yeah, 60 FPS. And like, there's an element to that where I think about it and go like, oh my god, someone's going to complain that it's capped at 60 FPS. And I'm going to cap it at 60 FPS. Why? Because there's a fucking bunch of programming stuff that's going to affect. That's why I'm trying to do my best to enable safety nets in certain cases, but when the game gets super laggy, it breaks. There's weapons that won't disappear in time because they don't use timers, they use frames. And there's an argument there, right? Is like, well, shouldn't you use timers for everything? Do you have any idea how resource intensive if I made every single weapon use a timer would be? It's a dangerous game I'd be playing. Because then I would be fighting against that. Make a secret slideshow mode. Oh, don't worry, there's a way to make the game go into slideshow mode. There's like 2 ways off the top of my head I know that I can force the game to lag. I'm not gonna fucking tell them though. That shit's for you guys to figure out. But yeah, that's one of those sort of concerns I have. And I hate that that's a concern I have to have. Like, it doesn't help that it's part of that, like, parroting problem that I've talked about before. Like, I think I talked about it yesterday with FOMO, is the parroting problem. Where the general audience gets a hold of a word, a few people use it, and then other people use it incorrectly, and then it keeps getting perpetuated in those incorrect formats, and it expands to a point where the word no longer has its any meaning. So FOMO doesn't really have any meaning to the general audience anymore. It's the reason I'm aggravated by that is because it's actually a business term that's very important and is a very genuine problem. Fear of missing out is not a good system to have in games. Especially, again, Pirate Software being a good reference point for a lot of these. He makes a good example of exactly what it is bad about, like, what is bad about it. Which is, if your game offers a mechanical or statistical advantage for a paid amount, however it is only available for a limited time, that is fear of missing out. That is bad. Because now I am incentivizing you to pay money in a very toxic way. That's very easily exploited, right? Like, I can very much easily exploit people with that mentality. And it affects a lot of people. This is why gacha game is a bad thing, in a sense. I've talked about how much I play gacha, and I like gacha, and I want to make a gacha game in the future, one day. But, like, I will not deny the reason I also will openly criticize gacha games is because their entire structure is based around FOMO. I mean, one of the big things that I find the most hysterical, one of the light cones I have in Star Rail, the light cone I use for Silverwolf. I don't think there's any way of getting that light cone. Because I got that because it was the event one that she had at the time. Imagine that Breakits, that game dev tutorial YouTuber, switched from making Unity videos to Godot. I'm watching his basic stuff tutorials today. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I'm seeing more of them switch away from Unity and UE nowadays to GameMaker and Godot, and there's another one as well. I can't remember it off the top of my head, and I apologize. But like, I do love them switching to these lower intensity ones because it enables more people to get in to the game creation industry, and that's what I want to see the most. Players should be enabled. Or again, developers should be enabled. People should be enabled to be developers. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, this number here, the 7, this is probably, again, a magic number that's going to have to see the bin. We'll see how this goes. To explain this part here, by the way, so again, just using description, comments to explain in a sense. If the damage rate that you're doing is greater than the expected damage rate, and I'm timesing it by 7 because this will be every instance that damage will occur, whereas this is every instance the weapon would trigger. So it needs to be improved by a factor. That so I'm assuming on average it will be times 7, that value. Again, this is where I could be drastically wrong. If that's the case, so it means that you're doing a way higher rate of damage than I'm expecting. You get more armor on the enemies. If you're not doing that, but you're dealing way more damage than I'm expecting, you get more health on the enemies. Because health scales better against higher damage, armor scales better at lower damage, or against lower damage and more instances of damage. You fans, when they you tell them that graphics doesn't make a fun game. Yeah. I mean, there's that whole argument, and I do like using this argument myself, and I try and use it against myself as well, because I have this bad habit. A good story, a good game, a good anything doesn't require amazing visuals. If I was to make one of the mangas that I want to make, one of the comics, I hesitate because I don't have good drawing skills. But realistically speaking, I could have average drawing skills and the story can be still compelling and it will get like popularity. It will just struggle with the initial, right? It was once people read it, people will like it. If people don't, but it will be that first hill. One issue, so one of the manga I'm reading at the moment is a perfect example of that, which is heck, even Dwarf. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you can do shitty pixel art game that has, like, no real visual aesthetic to it other than just crap, and it still be incredibly good. I mean, fuck it, RimWorld. RimWorld doesn't look that good. Yet it's possibly one of the most popular games of all time. Terraria, Minecraft. All of these games are just fucking basic systems. Visuals don't make the best game ever. They just improve an already good game. Like, if you've got a story game, your narrative is what matters. If you've got a mechanics-based game, mechanics is what matters. If you've got a visual-styled game, yeah, the visuals matter, but, like, what's the depth of the reason to play it? Why not just watch something instead? If you made me a game that's basically, I go around in the fucking Halo Forge World creator, but it's, like, high-end UE stuff, it's like, okay, but what's the point of playing this? Oh, it's really pretty. It's cool. So yeah, no, I do think it's important to utilize the correct things, right? Do we make special waves as the instead of spawn amount effect? Or like this instead of this? Do I make it instead of spawn amount or instead of enemy? Yeah, I think I make it instead of changing the enemy type. Because like this is supposed to be, oh shit, you're going way too high, so I'm gonna fast track you. Do we want wave spawn system? Well, as a modifier maybe. I mean, we have a wave spawn system. I wrote one. Where is it? Pathing movement. We have a system so enemies can spawn in a line or in a circle. And they will go towards a target direction. There's a couple of extra things I want to add to this, but like it's all there. That's why like I wanted to do this in a sense. So I think we'll do special waves instead of in case you don't hit that like ultra, you need to be pushed along with enemies. So how do I want to do the wave spawning? It's probably going to be based on like the flooring system as well. So have to do a var wave type. Equals random. So if it's true, then we'll do line, else circle. Plane needs to survive, not kill everything. Make the waves timed. I'm gonna do both. Actually, no, they need to kill. Again, remember, this is, so we are going to have timed waves, right? But keep in mind that this is a game where you are supposed to kill enemies. Once you kill a certain amount, you kill a boss, you repeat this, and you kill a certain amount of bosses. And that's how you end the run. So it is actually about getting as many kills as possible. Vampire Survivors has it in the name, you know? Yeah. But also Vampire Survivors is about getting to 30 minutes. Like Soulstone Survivors also has survivors in the title, but that's the one that's probably more akin to the gameplay loop. Like I'm taking the upgrade systems from Vampire Survivors, I'm taking the gameplay loop from Soulstone Survivors, I'm taking a bunch of other shite from other places, and then I'm taking the inspiration of doing VTubers from Holocure. That's basically how this is going. And the gameplay loop, so the gameplay loop is all about killing, not surviving. You're supposed to push yourself to risky plays to try and speed up your time. So while I'll probably have timed waves, I want to be able to force waves on a more regular basis. I should still probably have a catch value. So it's not happening too constantly. You took inspiration from Ultra Kill? I've never played Ultra Kill. I plan on playing it someday, but I have yet to actually play Ultra Kill. I've had a lot of people tell me to play it. It is high on my list of playing it. I have a friend that shares his library with me and I can probably play it off his account. But I will admit that, again, shooters aren't my area of expertise normally, so it wasn't a game I was immediately going to go and play. I'm interested purely from a curiosity perspective, less than a I want to play the game perspective, if that makes sense. I want to see what the game's like. So direction choosing. How many directions do you want to have with the waves? If it's line, we're also going to put... So... From... Right... You should take more breaks to play them then. Definitely should consider it. I mean, again, I want to slam through Persona, get that done, and then I'm probably going to rock on to another game then. We're probably going to try and push through games a bit faster moving forward and focus only on one game at a time, but... If you still work, it's nothing wrong to take one run of Ultra Kill for an extent. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when I was solo programming and when I wasn't doing it on stream, what I would often do is I would like program for like 2 hours and then play a TFT game, right? So right, left, top, down, right, top, corner. So, okay. All cardinal directions. Then, oh, this is I'm gonna have to probably write something for this. Now that I think on it. There's gonna be a switch. Oops. Actually, no, let's do this in the correct way of doing these. So from right, from top, doing switch statements, fucking foul shit this is. I might move this to an external function, just because of how long this is gonna end up being. We'll see. I mean, I can shorten switch statements, or collapse them, so it's not too hard to read. I must still edit out your... yeah, fair enough. Catch you later, Miller. From... bottom. So this is where I start probably writing weirdly here. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, right? How about we not do it this way though? So from all of the, so we'll do the base directions and then we'll do a sub direction. So top right. So this would be a diagonal. From top left from bottom left from bottom right. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing already some issues. I'll have to turn this into some functionality stuff. So we need this to go up to 7. By the way, just as a reminder, when using iRandom, so there's iRandom and iRandom range in GameMaker. The difference between the two, very simple. iRandom range, you set your first value and you set your second value, and it will give you a whole number in between those. iRandom, you set your top value and it starts from 0 to that value. So it's really good for booleans, because you can just get 0 and 1, which is false and true. Oh, stretch. Yeah, the reason I'm thinking I'm going to move this external is I want to be able to potentially repeat this. We'll see. It depends on how like intense I want to get with this, because the smart thing to do would be to basically do this again inside of itself. But I see some problems with that because I want to do some pacing things, so we'll see. But yeah, so this should make a lot of sense though for the wave type. We'll probably have this here is probably going to be outside of the thing, though. No, circle's not going to require this. Circle can be from 360 degree, and then it can just be kind of like opposite direction to itself, and that's the beauty of it, right? Is we can use the current center point as its direction, and then overshoot the current center point to the other side. So it's nice and simple, and it will try and go towards where the player is, which is a really good way of doing it. What do we think on that? I think that's sounding good. Oh, alright. Oh, goddamn. Alright, sorry, I'm looking at just a couple of things again. Off to the side. Don't mind me. Oh, god damn it, Pirate Software, stop. Just fucking, I just saw a tweet, and it's just him posting that one fucking thing. There's like the old man with grayed hair. This one. Fuck you, Pirate Software. You're an asshole. You monster. Oh yeah, there's the new Japanese dub on Helldivers. I had to watch that earlier. That was fucking funny to me. I give a lot of credit to the voice cast of that stuff. Always a good time. But yeah, always a good time. Oh god, the Suicide Squad Isekai is airing today? Oh shit. I'm gonna probably watch that later. How can I not watch that, right? Like, I hope we all understand how that's gotta be like we gotta watch that show. I wanna see how stupid it gets. I'm not expecting good, I'm expecting funny. Like, they've even got Takahito voicing fucking Peacemaker. Like, you can't. There's so many good voices in there. There's so many good voice work. There's so much, like, going into it that just sounds really good. I want to see if it's just completely a shitpost, because I hope it is. It's a good question, though, of how much time should I give between each of these ticks. We'll see once we get the values going, and then we'll, like, play around with some of the stuff. Right? Because, like, this value here is just based on the fact that this is going to potentially be 5 seconds. Yeah. I hate that this is just going to be so much of this until I actually finish my reworks. I should finish my reworks. I really should. I'll work on one of them in a bit, I think. Just to, like, not only work on this one section for too long. I should also do that just for clean code look. Because these compares and compiles are going to be fucking wild though. This is, yeah, I think I probably shouldn't do it every 5 seconds because, like, regardless of how efficient I make this, running something like this every 5 seconds is a bit much. I do think there's room to still have the number pretty low, like 10 seconds is probably reasonable, but I'll work with 5 seconds until we can prove how resource intensive it is, and then I can work from there, right? So one thing I'm gonna have to definitely do is with the enemy object, I'm gonna put it in the controller and the create event. Enemy manager equals new enemy manager. Sorry. All right. See, I hate that this was designed expressly to try and fix that one invisible unit spawning, and it still doesn't. What if I make it 4? Let's see, function, units. Yeah. See if that invisible dude turns up. Doesn't seem to. I don't like, though, that I've now had to just push that number higher. Because it makes me dread, like, what happens if I just have to keep pushing that number higher and then it's an infinitely just getting worse problem. Oh yeah, I had someone ask me about this game the other day on one of the servers I'm a part of. And I'm just like, I have posted so much about this on that server. It's really hard for me to just like go, yeah, no, it's this, this, and this. It's like, well, just go through all of the messages I send. Like 90% of them are about this game. What's your game like? I mean, if you're interested, it's more than available. There we go, thank God. Just get that up. Didn't get really any of the upgrades I needed there. Needed like Kumchao or another healing source. / damage resistance source. Just need some way of more survivability. Again, the biggest weakness of Iron Mouse is her damage is not high. It's just omnipresent. There's some great scaling though. I need to do something about it because I still think the scaling's like really good, but I think the baseline is way too low for a game that's kind of supposed to be about like speed killing. I want her to be consistent and slow, but I don't want her to be like absolute garbage. I also feel like I need to make the buffer range of the enemies way more aggressive. Because I just feel that like they stack up way too easily sometimes. Just get more of this until we find a reason not to. Just get this now. Idle song's good. Is it still buggy? It is. I thought I fixed that. Yeah, no, it's still broken. Maybe it's to do with too many level up or too many pause events. If I level it up now, is it gonna create like another one? Yeah, it's not getting rid of, it's not replacing, it's redoing. It's not what it's supposed to do at all. Oh, fuck yeah, multiholic. Yeah, get multiholic maxed out. I don't know what goes wrong with Idle Song sometimes. Hey, Kimcho. Because I feel like I've made it work once or twice, and it'll be fine. Time to level up. Light from the depths. stat. Forgotten poem is insane. And then it's like just demonic blood, I think is what it's called, right? Would pretty much end this run and make it impossible to lose. Dude, Forgotten Poem is a lot of... Yeah, I might need to pull the numbers back on that a little bit. Look at how fast we're leveling up now. Sure, Moth Goop. Way more damage than I need to. I don't really want to take either of these. These don't really fit with the build too well. So Atlantean Trident. Speed. Ooh, Aura Slash. I still need to finish fixing that. Because the base slash is just way too bad still. Alright, Aura Slash is OP now, because it's got the slash going out. Ooh, there we go, that's some of the lag. Try to get higher crit chance. I feel like some of this is related to the idle song being broken. Some of this lag. Keep increasing crit chance. More crits. Man, Atlantean Trident does need some better improvements to its system. There it is, Demon Blood. Okay, cool. I can AFK now. Because now I just deal way too much damage. If anything does end up getting close to me. And I heal way too much. Because I just have so many instances of damage. The fact that the number just is struggling to actually uphold correctly is really funny to me. Because it's flicking over. Because of how much healing there is. Because the health capper is a step event, not on the heal event. I probably should move that. I feel like there was a health cap though on the heal event, wasn't it? Did I not have that? But kind of see what's being meant by, like, when the game lags, there's certain weapons that it affects more than others. The idle song is now no longer, like, expanding very far. And that's really, really obvious to how it functions and how your frame rate would affect it. God, that's, yeah. So we're at level 94 at 7 minutes, okay. Yeah, so was it Forgotten Poem needs to be, it probably does need to be nerfed a fair bit. Especially when the character that's supposed to be 4 gets added. Because there's no way I can let a character like feel like this as base of the game. I want to see if we can get to double crit status. Look at that fucking line of damage though that I can send out. That is great. I like that. It's funny. So what we're looking for is when the enemy crit thing is just, it's always crits, but we're looking for specifically when there's 2 exclamation marks. I might as well test that while we're here. Time for the lag! Surely I'm over 100 crit chance now. Yep, there we go. We're seeing double crits come through. So every exclamation mark is a crit level in this. I don't know if that's quite how I want to approach it in the long term, but that's what it is for now. I probably do want to have a color change though, to indicate that you've crit, or some particle effect maybe. That makes sense. But it should be for every level that it is a crit, there should be a plus, yeah, +1 to that thing. So we'll see if we can nudge it a bit further forward. See if we can get some triple crits going, and then I'll call it, stop this fucking run, because there's not, it's just disgusting. What's going on? This is way too laggy. But again, Iron Mouse is super good for testing because she does have rune nukes like this. And the rune nuke also gathers experience to her. Still seeing only doubles. which is mildly annoying. How much crit chance do I have? I can't see that in the pause, can I? No, that's not one of the stats that comes up currently. Also, pressing escape again didn't unpause. Just keep doing it in every direction, see how it goes eventually. Get the, alright, here we go. Here's the big level up. It's coming. Surely we get to the next level of crits with this, right? Surely. Oh, I think I'm seeing threes. Yeah, I'm seeing 3 turn up sometimes. Nice. Well, most of the time now, apparently. Okay. Cool. That looks like that crit system works. The numbers are there. Wide. Actually, that's a good question. What did the most damage out of all of those things? Aura Slash did insane. Other did a lot. What would be Other? Oh, Other would probably be the ult, right? And Iron Mike did the most, excluding that? No. Holy shit, wait, oh god, yeah, so that did a lot, but no, Aura Slash did significantly more. Sorry, I missed a 0 basically on the Iron Mike. Iron Mike did fuck all. Umbrella did really decent. Atlantean Trident did really good as well. Mothgoop did okay. But again, so Idle Song didn't work correctly, so it wasn't even attacking most of the time it should have been. Umbrella, I would argue, is fine being like that, because again, the enemies didn't get that close most of the time. Iron Mike, I think, is way too low. Even with the fact that the enemies didn't get to me most of the time. They were probably dead by then. Aura Slash, I stand by my statement. I'm fine with it having an insane cap point, because the point of it is that it's supposed to be a scaling character, a character that is all about getting to the late game and being OP. The fact that the weapon is, like, the functionality of the weapon is very reminiscent of Kale from League of Legends, if anyone's ever interacted with that sort of environment. So that is the idea with that. But I do think that her early game is just a little too weak for her, the strength that she gets late. I think she needs a little bit more power in the initial slash. Like the basic slash needs to basically be slightly wider and further out, and be a bit more of a flatter crescent instead of a thinner crescent, what it is currently. More of like a this shape going out instead of a this shape going out. Squish it is all I'm really planning on doing. So it might not stretch as wide across as well, is the big thing. Oh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. So the Swarm game mode that's coming to League of Legends, I am gonna be playing that on stream when that comes out, because I am so fucking excited for that. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I saw something about it because I'm refraining from playing it on PvE because I've been informed that ping really does affect it negatively, so I don't want to experience what it was negatively. Hmm. Sorry, cats made noise. I got distracted as well. God damn. Okay. But yeah, no, I am definitely excited for the Riot take on that sort of game. Like, I don't know how I feel about it fully though. So there's an aspect of like I'm annoyed because I would have loved to have released a game before they released the game type I'm doing. But I'm really interested in it because the last time they did a game mode of that caliber, it was fucking fun. And like, if they're willing to commit to it heavily like they did with TFT, then holy shit, I'd be fucking ecstatic because that's the shit I would play. Like, I cannot stress enough, when that is out, I'm going to be playing it regardless if I'm playing it with friends or not. Like, I'm just going to play that in all of my free time for a bit. At the very least, grind everything up. And try out all the things. That's what I did with Star Rail's recent-ish one that they did. The baseball bat thing that they did where you could get like special upgrades and it was a permanent fight. I fucking loved that. And I went through and I tried just about every single combination. I overplayed that event by a long shot, and I still play it from time to time in my free time. Because I enjoy this style, right? The roguelite sort of dungeon run, getting rewards, Vampire Survivors sort of almost bullet heaven-y idea. I don't know if, like, again, you could really call those sort of games sometimes bullet heavens, because again, with the Star Rail example, that's not really bullet heaven. Bullet heaven is indicative of you moving around and firing shit everywhere, whereas that is you're not moving around, you're just constantly in a fight. And you're just getting upgrades as you go. You can level up your team and such like that. It's really fun. But yeah, so I want to see what a large-scale company that's got a lot of competent developers is capable of putting together. And I know a lot of people are going to complain about that statement and going like, what the fuck do you mean? Some of their champs are horrific. And I am definitely my first to put my hand up and say, I think Cassante desperately needs a massive overhaul to his kit and functionality, because I think having a character do that much stuff is unnecessary. And it means that you have to balance around the top player, which means that the bottom player can never play it because he's going to be shit. But if you balance around that bottom player and make ease of access to things, you anger that top end player or you make that top end player stronger. And realistically, it's just, yeah, there's a reason why they had to move Tom's eat from an ability to his goddamn ult, because it was too strong, and having that shit pre-ult was insane. I don't know, League tends to have the fault of constantly trying to make, it's a good thing and a bad thing. So they try and make every character fun to play and like engaging and interesting, and they can deal damage and all that sort of stuff. That's where Tahm Kench is insanely cool, right? Because he's a tank that does a shitload of his max health damage in addition to everything else. And then he does max health damage to the enemy. He has a lot of shielding, has a lot of healing. He's really good at bruising out. He's very fun for that. Do I think he's too strong or too weak or whatever? I can't really say. I don't play League at all. The only time I play is Arena nowadays, or TFT. So, but I've seen Cassante, I've played Cassante, and the fact that I think Hui, like, I know this is maybe the weird thing, but like, Hui has a less complicated and excessive kit than Cassante does, because his abilities are fairly linear and it's all about trade-offs in certain circumstances. Certain abilities just don't get used, and that's fine, because I played Invoker, same with him. Sure, you'll cast like 90% of his spells, but like there's a couple of them that are just like, I don't see the reason to really use what's a good example? I mean, Sunstrike in a specific combo, right? Like, certain combos you don't want to use Sunstrike in, or some you don't want to use Meteor in, because Meteor's very specific where you want it. Like, you're doing your massive insane combo, you're not going to stop to fucking put on Ghost Form, because it's going to just break you straight out of it. You're only going to put fucking Ice Wall down when you need to. Like, and Deafening Blast, I mean, it's only really good a lot later. It's good for disengaging, I guess. But then, like, so is Tornado, so is EMP. EMP, there you go, that's a great example. You're not going to use EMP every fucking time you can use it. It's not an ability that you want to spam too much, but it's really, really good when you can use it in the right circumstances. It's a super punishing power. So it's the same with Hui, except Hui's way more simpler. Cassante, on the other hand, he is, I just use everything, and sure, it's about getting the cycle correct, but like, a good player can get the cycle correct very easily. I just don't think he should have shields, damage reduction, or like, the only part of him that is actually really skill dependent is knowing when and when not to use your ultimate. Like, I'm genuine with that, and that is what I would consider his highest skill point. And that is a fucking wild take in my eyes. Because it's pretty obvious, like, oh, you're versus a Veigar, don't probably ult right in front of him when he's still got ult. What's that? Take a fucking guess. You just ripped your fucking resistances off and put yourself at low HP. Right? But yeah, his cycles are definitely got a little bit of complexity to them. I don't know. I don't think he should have shields, damage reduction, true damage, and mobility. And be a tank. Scale him off resistances. Remove his health scalings. Lower his true damage or just turn it into physical damage. And leave it at that. I think that would be fine. Hell, buff his scalings if that's the case. Alright, like buff the resistance scalings. Make him a resistance tank. That makes sense. How do I want to? I can't believe I'm just ranting about fucking League of Legends. I hate it. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze too. Am I? Oh, don't tell me it's gonna be one of those. That's painful. Felt the sneeze coming on, then it left. Actual nightmare. The worst thing in the world. I'm gonna write this as if only one wave can spawn for now. What do I want for wave length? Well, let's just have it as 5 for now. Let's have it as a flat value. So from the right side, I will need to remind myself on what direction is the direction it needs for some of this. So it's coming from the right, going to the left. So I think it's 180 that it will need. So distance should be glow. Can I just get width? Camera width. Yeah, it should be right. What do I use in that script for some of its values? Pathing movement. Camera width. Direction would be 270. No, 180. How is origin written? Origin is in XY coordinates. It's only bottom left of the screen is the origin. So it would be view X plus camera width and then global, oops, dot camera, oops. God damn it. View Y. Wave type, I think it's 0 is a line. Yeah. Wave type is 0 equals line. So buffer and repeats. This is the question, right? Because what I make here is going to probably end up being like the foundation of what I make everywhere else. It probably shouldn't be a for loop then. It should probably be a time source of repetition. Alright, a repeating time source. So it would be a function trigger to indicate where the wave is coming from. The trigger event for the wave. Going like, hey, by the way, wave is coming from the right. And it will be heading left. Well, just indicate that it's coming from the right. Oh, yo. Sorry, I'm yawning because I had terrible sleep. Ugh. It's annoying. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting though. Fucking Matariki. It's a full-blown holiday. Even though holidays don't really have as much meaning to me. Okay, I wonder though, like, what will happen. I just remembered I still have to work on that other project, don't I? Yeah, I'll do that soon. I keep forgetting because we have the other project that I did on stream, the other one where we did the like how-to kind of it. We still need to finish the ad stuff for it and release it. Sorry, I'm just gonna look something up quickly while I'm getting this thing. Oh, sorry, I just saw some cool Marta fucking fan art. And I cannot wait to be able to actually work on her character. Her character's gonna be so much fun to work on. I still don't fully know how I want to synergize her kit though. Right, like it's such a hard one because you want to do so much with her because she's got so many cool like attributes to her character. And I'm not meaning assets in sense of anything like that. No, I'm meaning like you've got a fucking space cockroach. How do you not want to do cool shit with that? Like, it's gotta be wild. I gotta have something about her like consuming shit though. Like her older's definitely gotta be like, I just consume. Wait, do we make a thing like a trend that all of the bug girls get like a level up alt? Where like Juniper's gonna turn into her full moon form and Marta can turn into like the giant cockroach form. I think that would be fucking hysterical. It's just like, why does all of the bug VTubers turn into giant fucking creatures? But it does mean that potentially someone will complain if I do like another character and make them get big. And they're like, but this isn't a bug VTuber. And it's like, yeah, well, fuck you. I do like the idea of Giant Marta though. Giant Marta fucking stomping around. Turns into like a fucking boss for a little bit. Dark Souls boss. Hell yeah. She's got to have something to do with her assists as well, realistically. Like the collab effect. Stronger ones or something. The assist that she offers other players is you just get like a heal and the audio line, hey honey, fucking, or hey honeys, pops in. Hey honeys. Oh god. Get that imagery out of your head. It's great. What if I do this divided by 40? That should be fine. I can actually test this specific thing very easily because we just need to go into the player controller and re-enable the test for these. There we go. I don't think this is correct though, right? Oh, it looks fine. Oh, that's the purge, that's fine. The buffer is way too small though. Oh no, the buffer should probably be a bit bigger. But so should the amount that's getting spawned. Let's try this. So, yeah, they're coming from the right to the left side. That's fine. This can probably get turned to 9. And then... that. I need to keep remembering that there's that purge that occurs. Then we push the Y origin down as well. A little bit. See how that looks. Because like it just looks like they're spawning way too high for being a wave that's coming from the side, that right side of the screen. Okay, now they feel a little too far down. Or just we need an additional one. No, they're too far down by a little bit. But we probably do need an additional one now. Just to make it a bit better. Or we could push it further down by a little bit again and then add an additional one so they're right on above and below the screen. That would probably be feel a lot better. We've got the purge. I think that's the purge. Yeah, we're out of purge now. Yeah, I think we push it down, add one more, or add 2 more and call it that. Add 2 more and push it down by that amount. And let's see how that looks. You can walk through that. Cool. That's what I wanted to confirm, is you could also walk through the line. It's very finicky, so we might give it a little bit more buffer and reduce the amount of things. Because I want it to feel like you can get between them, but it is a little difficult too. Oh no, that reduces the size. Whoops. Yeah, so we to increase this, we need to go to probably 8. See how that is? Forgetting what a division is. What do you mean dividing numbers and decreases them? How dare you? I am concerned with myself sometimes. Yeah. Yep, no, you can go between those waves relatively easy. And they look good. I like that. Cool. So that should be the spawn that we'll use as a foundation for this left and right. Because all we need to do is take this and we just need to invert some of the values from left. We need to turn it to 0 for the direction, and we need to change the origin to be basically the same values but modified negatively instead. Like it would be this value, but it would be with a decrease of this. Or, well, a decrease of this bit here, basically. To explain it, it would probably just be this and then this. So we can probably set that up really quickly now. Just to actually have it in place. So just have it like this for the moment. So this needs to be 0, and this needs to be minus that value, and minus that value. And that should be the only stuff that actually needs to change. Because that's how awesome this system is. I'm still really happy with how I handled that spawn wave system. Can I not be happy about my own code? So yeah, we're not doing this via a for loop. We're doing it via a time source. And we'll do it via a time re thing. Okay. So it would be spawn this. Units would probably be like that. Unit type's fine. Arguments array. Literally just copy and paste this. No parent, repeats. So this would be 5. So I'm going to yoink this. And we're going to put that in the player controller for a moment on that press. See if that works. There might be an error with this, we'll see. Thought so. I forgot to do that. That's fine. That should fix it though. Kinda don't want quick start. That's why. Might need to do something about that, we'll see. It'd be about the position location, the origin data. How would I change that? Okay, so I would need to run a function then for this. A very specific function for repeating waves. That's fine. How would I approach it? That is a good question. Because the fact that I can modify its location so easily isn't great. I don't think that's kind of how I want my waves to be. I think I want them to always be guaranteed the spacing between themselves. Or I should be allowed to guarantee that. So that's why I'm thinking I might make a function that will be able to check that effectively. Sorry, again, getting very distracted at this point. I'm starting to think I might need to take a solid break. Might call it for today. Just because I'm not seeing the answers I want. We'll test this more tomorrow. Yeah, no. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm still just very tired from yesterday. / last night being terrible sleep. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.